Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about Mars. I love talking about Mars because it is the initiator of energy. It is, as I've said so many times, it is the trigger in astrology. So to focus the energy of where Mars is going to know where the energy is and what is truly happening in this world. So before I proceed into telling you where Mars is and what we can expect, I want to remind everyone I am starting my beginning astrology class for semester 1, February 7th. If you have always wanted to learn Vedic astrology, this is the answer. Become certified Vedic astrologer, become my student. So go to universityofvedicastrology.com and remember to go to my website, galacticcenter.org, to sign up for my free newsletter where you will get my predictions delivered to your email every week, and my Patreon page. That is where you're going to get to know me, get to be my friend, and connect with me. Tell me what videos to do on YouTube, plus get discounts on so many things that I offer. Check it out. It is worth it. Go to my Patreon page. It's down below, Joni Patry, or you can find it on my website, galacticcenter.org, where you can sign up for my free newsletter. So let's get going. What is Mars in Capricorn going to be like? Capricorn is Mars' favorite sign to be in. It is its exaltation sign. Now, Mars will be in Capricorn from February 5th to March 15th. And this will be monumental. Mars as it transits through its most powerful sign of the zodiac. Now, Capricorn rules government. And yes, Mars is going to stir things up in the governments around the world, in the action, and things that are going to be accomplished. New laws, new traditions, new leaders. Things are happening this month. And people are going to be extremely righteous and determined. Why? Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. You put Mars in a Saturn sign, people become more determined, they become more disciplined, they become more focused, and they become more driven to what? Discipline things, to bring order, to bring this relevance of balance back into nature. But it takes a lot of energy, and Mars in Capricorn has the energy that it needs to create the changes that will transpire during this time. It's amazing. Even Mars will conjunct Pluto February 13th, and that's all about major power and control and issues around this. They will surface, they will come into being. You're going to see a big difference. The energetics of governments and rulers around the world will change. And I have to say, Mars is very aggressive. It is very violent and angry, but it's going to get things done. And that might be exactly what is necessary and needed to create the changes that need to occur and happen. So another thing is that determines this Mars in Capricorn will be the Nakshatras that it's going to be transiting through. Now there's 27 Nakshatras in Vedic astrology, and they are so potent. They will change the energy of the planet as it's in a particular sign, even though it's in the same sign. So it's what makes it different. So Mars, as it enters into Capricorn, is in the nakshatra Uttara Ashada, and it will enter, well, when it enters in, it's in that nakshatra, but it will stay in that nakshatra till February 18th. So between the beginning of the month through February 18th, Mars will be in Uttara Ashada. This nakshatra is about finding the truth. And part of Uttara Ashada still exists in Sagittarius, and it flanks over into Capricorn. But this Capricorn section is about finding the truth in politics and government and rulership, and will bring organization to the world through finding what? Truth. That's what this nakshatra is all about, both of the ashatas, which is Purva Ashata and Uttara Ashata. And half of it is in Sagittarius and the other half in Capricorn. There will be great progress in rulership and leadership to organize and make things right in accordance to what is truth and reality. This is what this is about, this nakshatra. And it's about righteousness. It's about good. It's about doing things right. And because it's in Capricorn, this is taking responsibility. So you're going to find that this nakshatra brings the truth and responsibility to the forefront. Now, February 18th and all the way till March 6th, we're going to have Mars in the nakshatra called Shravana. Shravana is a lot more peaceful than the two nakshatras that it's going to be in while it's in Capricorn. But Shravana is about listening, and it's about learning. And I find that this nakshatra is a beautiful nakshatra for expression because it comes from learning and teaching what's real. Now, Shravana is all about learning. Now, the symbol for this nakshatra is the ear. And what does that symbolize? The listening, the listener. And this nakshatra is all about receiving information. Instead of always having to put it out, there is this receptive quality of learning, of peacefulness. And this nakshatra is very reflective, where people will reflect instead of always having to do all the talking. They're listening, they're reflecting, they're taking it all in. And that's what we must do during this time. This energy is more prevalent, more powerful, that we're able to listen and actually hear. You know how many people are sitting there thinking about what they're going to say next while somebody's talking, instead of being still and receiving what the other is saying. That's what this nakshatra is all about. Listen. That is how we learn, not when we're constantly having to do the talking. That doesn't create learning. And it's obnoxious too. So let's take this time to use the energy and the power of Mars while it is in this nakshatra to truly listen. And that is how we're going to gain and gather new information and learn. What are we listening to? It's not necessarily just people listening to what's going on in the world and listening to our inner guidance as well. This is a beautiful nakshatra that Mars is in. It empowers our ability to receive and listen and learn. Now, March 6th, Mars will go into the nakshatra Denisha, and it will continue to stay in Denisha, but while it's in Capricorn, which is, Mars will leave Capricorn March 15th, where it will go into Aquarius. But let's just say March 6th through March 15th is when it's going to be in Capricorn, but also in the nakshatra Denisha. Denisha extends into Aquarius. But let's say March 6th, we're going to notice a difference between that time to March 15th, because Denisha is ruled by Mars. When we put Mars in its exaltation sign in Capricorn, in the nakshatra Denisha, it becomes all powerful. It's off the charts. So why is that? Because Mars rules Denisha too. So it's like it's doubly empowered by being in its own sign and exalted. It is at its all-time high. Mars is aggression, energy, war, action. It is the trigger of events. So being in Denisha, we're going to have people react more. We're going to have people respond more. There's going to be more anger, aggression, but because it's in a Saturn-ruled sign, this anger, aggression will bring things to a conclusion, or pretty much help bring things into action that will create what? Balance and harmony. Why? Because Mars is still in Saturn-ruled signs. So this aggression deals with discipline and focus and structure to manifest and make things happen. This is a powerful time, and you should use this energy individually to get things organized, to bring the structure, to be more disciplined, to create what you've been trying to create but procrastinating, because now is the time the energy at its all-time high. All the planets, by the way, are direct at this time, meaning things can move forward and manifestation will happen. But Mars and Denisha can sometimes be a little bit contentious in relationships, so be aware not to be too aggressive, not to be too forceful, not to be too angry or combative. Use this energy for what it's good for, to bring balance, organization, and discipline yourself to create what you want. That is the power of Mars in Capricorn altogether. But this nakshatra brings it even more power. So there's only a few days that you can use this energy, because from March 6th to March 15th, because after the 15th, it will be in Aquarius. It's not as strong. But this is a powerhouse time. So use this time for what it's good for. And use your Mars energy for what it's good for. And if you don't know where Mars is in your horoscope, what house it's in, you should find out. You can go to my class or my video on Mars, really February, for all 12 signs, because it's going to tell you where Mars is in your chart, because February, Mars will be in Capricorn, and that's going to be the house that it affects for each and every person, what area of your life. So check out my video on February, where all the, what it's going to be like for all 12 signs. And that's where you're going to get more information on how this Mars in Capricorn is going to affect you personally. It's very important that you know this. Mars is the trigger of major events, and being in Capricorn, it's at its all-time strongest of all. And there's going to be many changes. When I think about the world, it's going to affect the economy. It's going to affect organizations around the world that are helping to change government policies. This is the month that it will take place. And will there be discord in government with leaders? You better believe it. Mars is the planet of action, aggression, and anger. So get ready. This is an exciting time. Mars being in Capricorn. Check it out where it is for you, and watch how the world changes with Mars transiting through its most powerful sign of exaltation. So with that, I think I'll close. Remember, if you would like more information on me, you want to sign up for my newsletter, join my Patreon, go to galacticcenter.org. And one last thing, if you've always wanted to learn astrology, this is the time. With this Mars energy, I'm telling you, it's going to be the best time for you to learn astrology. Seriously, I mean that, with Mars in Capricorn. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com and become my student. Thank you.